At the end of one school year, I had a fourth grader say, what I get is that white people have been doing bad things, mean things to Black people since the beginning of Virginia. And I thought, oh no, I have failed in the balance department. He has an unbalanced version of what really happened. And then I thought, he's 10 years old. So 10-year-olds are not all about balance and nuance. They see things as good guys do things, bad guys do things, good things and bad guys. And my purpose for telling that right now is that was without the influence of critical race theory. Good afternoon. This is Plain Jane coming from my own living room in rural Virginia. Now, I've been following the controversy on the influence of critical race theory in the schools, in elementary school in particular, for maybe a half year. But over the last couple of weeks, I've been hearing things that just don't ring true to me, like they don't want your child to be taught our real history because it might upset their precious white kids to learn about things like slavery. Well, is that true? And if anybody wants to know whether that's true or not, they can just look at the state website of whatever state they live in and look at the standards for social studies and history. The entire state has to teach according to those standards. Or the other option is to find someone who's been teaching it for 20 years, like I have. Pick me, ooh, 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 pick me, pick me. I am passionate about history. I love teaching history. I love reading history. I'm a history nerd. It's my best Jeopardy category. Now, these are my bookshelves. That's one of my bookshelves anyway. It's my bedtime reading and my spare time reading. Yeah, I'm a nerd. Okay, I admit it. At least I'm a little bit of a nerd. And the aim isn't to teach my truth or their truth or the truth of some influential group, but to teach our truth, or at least to aim at that the story of the American people is our story, and that's the aim, truth and balance. Now, Virginia Studies does have a lot of wild and really unpleasant stuff, but we teach it. I'm not going to go through the list because it would take too long, and I want this to be a shorter video. But someone told me recently that accused me of this. I thought that we should be teaching the Underground Railroad because white people cooperated with Black people in the freeing of slaves on the Underground Railroad. And I wanted to teach it so I didn't feel so bad. Well, first of all, I might feel bad about the fact that we've done so many horrible things in the history of our country and my state, but I don't feel responsible for it. And that certainly wouldn't be a reason to teach something or not to teach something. How ridiculous. Now, here is a sample lesson of on voter suppression. I want the kids to know at the end of the lesson that even though people could legally, American citizens of all races could legally vote, they were kept from voting in a lot of places. And it involved intimidation, charging a poll tax, and literacy tests. All right, I would have the kids volunteer to be Black. Okay, I said, you might have to be people who are not very shy and don't get embarrassed easily, because I might be kind of mean to you in a minute here. But I would have volunteers, white volunteers, black volunteers, and Latino volunteers to be black. Okay. I'd have the entire class line up, and I'm the poll worker. Okay. Now I have my book here. Susie Jones. Well, well. I talked to your mother in Sunday school yesterday. I'm sure you're on the list here. There you are. Take the piece of paper, Susie, and you may go vote. George McCarthy. I saw that little girl flirting with you at the cookout. She was cute too. Yep, your name's here. Take this paper and you may go vote. Trixie Jackson. Are you sure your boss knows that you're here trying to vote? I bet he would be quite interested in that information. Let me see here. If you paid your poll tax, which could have bought 2 weeks' groceries, maybe, your name might be here. There it is, Trixie Jackson. I hope your family isn't going hungry so that you can be standing here in front of this table right now. Okay. So, Trixie, I am going to give you a literacy test. Are you ready? I would like you to recite the history of Virginia, no, the Constitution of Virginia backwards. I'm listening, but I'm not hearing very much. Oh, can I do it? That's not important right now. You're the one that's trying to vote. And it looks like, nope, you're not going to vote here today because we can't have illiterate people voting in the great Commonwealth of Virginia now, can we? And anyone else back there who I might be asking these questions of, you can just run along too. Save yourself some time. All right. Children are not told, I'm not telling them that this is bad, but they are very, very attuned. Kids are very attuned to what's fair and what's not fair. They know this isn't fair, that this is not justice. They're not told that they bear history's burdens for other people of their race. They're not divided into representatives of oppressors or of the oppressed. Who would it serve to corrupt little kids with this adult bitterness and this adult agenda? Would it help them? Does it help us as Americans, since we're going to have to share this land and share these institutions for a long time? Does dividing us by race help us in any way? Critical race theory in public schools may satisfy someone in some way that I don't quite understand, but it certainly won't help the rest of us.